It is such an honor to be here. I've had an incredible couple of days here in Bhutan, and this is my very last program. And so I'm honored to be here. I'm a little sad I'm going home, but I'm glad to be here with you guys. And so I'm gonna blow up a hot water bottle till it explodes.
3, 2, 1, 0. Are you ready? Are you ready? That is our hot water balloon. Keep going. Wow, look at that. It doesn't look like a balloon. It looks like a basketball now. Looks bigger than a basketball. Looks like a watermelon. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Oh, you guys are so awesome. Sorry, I got you down here in the front, but thank you so much. You're so encouraging. I have a frying pan. I'm gonna roll this up like a piece of paper. I did do this for the Guinness Book of World Records. I'm gonna roll this up. I need a volunteer to make sure it's real. I need someone kind of crazy, full of energy. Let me get a young man. Someone kind of full of energy. My man right there with the glasses. Right there? Yeah, right there. Come up here. What's your name? Okay, cool. That's a good name. Right. So, how old are you?
18.
You're 18. Okay, cool. So I want you to look at the frying pan. I'm not going to just give this to you. I was at a school in the U.S. Someone grabbed the frying pan, hit themselves in the head, and so I always hold on to it now. But I want to make sure. Is it real? Yeah, you can grab it. Is it real?
It's real.
Okay, cool. Hey, come a little closer to me. You're going to give me a countdown from 10. When you say 0, I'll roll it up. You got to be excited. You got to go crazy. Get your groove on. I'm just messing. Okay, are you ready?
Ready.
Are you excited?
Yes.
Are you really excited?
Yes.
You're pumped up?
Yes.
Are you lying?
No.
Okay, good, all right. So give me a countdown from 10. Okay, so here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Come on! 3, 2, 1. Come on! Sorry. Dude, you did such a good job. I'm so proud of you. You're so super special, okay? Always remember that? Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Give him a big hand. All right. I got a steel bar. For this one, I need 3 brave girls. Okay, I gotta stop and say this. This is what I love about Bhutan. Every time I ask for a girl volunteer, everybody does this. It's so cute. Let me see. Let me get someone who's hiding from me. Yeah, you just touch yourself. Yeah. Yeah, give them all a big hands. They come up here. Hey, thanks for coming over here. Yeah, come over here. Yeah. Now, what's your name?
My name is Nobu.
No. Okay, all right, it's a great name. Okay, come stand right over here, sweetie. Come stand over here. Yeah. Where did she go? Yeah, come stand over here. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Now, what's your name? Rebecca? Oh, I can say that. Okay, Rebecca, come stand right here. Come here, Rebecca. You know what? I'm gonna switch. I have you come stand right here. Yeah, come right here. I'm sorry about that. Come over here. What's your name? Okay, great. Okay, you stand right here. So we have Rebecca and these two girls right here. Okay. You two girls grab on with both your hands. Yeah. What's gonna happen in just a moment, I'm gonna bend this bar in half, but to show you it's real, I'm gonna take these ladies, you're gonna hold on really tight, okay? I'm gonna pick them up in the air and then spin them around, okay? So you gotta hold on tight. Don't worry, no one's been hurt that bad before. Okay, so just hold on really tight. You're gonna give me a countdown from 10 to 0, okay? I love that right there. I love that here. I ask a question, everybody goes. That's so awesome. Okay. So, are you ready? Are you scared? You should be. Okay, so hold on tight. Give me a countdown from 10. Okay, so here we go. 10, 9, 8. Okay, hold on tight. Just don't let go, okay? Put your arms straight. Just don't let go, okay? I'm gonna go slow. Don't let go. No. Hold on. You're doing great. Hold on, okay? One more turn. Hold on. You got it. Yeah. Good job. You did so good. I'm so proud of you guys. Thank you so much. You guys are so special. See right here, sweetie. Give those two girls a big hand. Come back here. Okay, so you gotta give me that countdown. You don't have to walk away from me. Yeah. Are you ready? You gotta go, yeah. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
You excited?
Yes, sir.
Are you pumped up?
Yes, sir.
Am I good looking?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good job. So awesome. Okay, so here we go. Give me a countdown from 10. 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on. You did such a good job, beautiful. You are so special. Thank you for coming up here. You have a great personality. You're awesome, okay? Give her a big hand. I was on a TV show in California, and this reporter asked me, why do I speak to students? I told him this story. I was speaking in a middle school in America. That's ages 12, 13, and 14. There was a couple thousand students there that day, and after I got done, I'm putting my stuff away in the car. And all of a sudden, I feel someone touch my shoulder. I turn around, it's the principal. He goes, I need to talk to you. He goes, I wish you were here 2 weeks ago. And I said, why? He said, we had a student in our school, a 14-year-old boy. His name was Kenny. He'd still be alive. Kenny was the one student everybody at school was mean to. He was always by himself. He would eat his lunch by himself. He never fit in. He went to like a school dance to try to fit in, and they did things to him I can never tell you from this microphone. Well, guess this one day, Kenny, he couldn't take it anymore. And I want to be careful how I say this. He went home. He went to the back of his house. And Kenny, he gave up on the gift of life. Now, this principal was a big man. He just starts crying. He goes, John, you will not believe the note he left behind. See, in the backyard, on the grass, next to Kenny, was a piece of paper. And it wasn't a note to his parents that were going to find his body. It wasn't a will leaving his earthly possessions behind. This is all it said. I can't take the teasing at school anymore. I can't take the teasing at school anymore, Kenny. Now listen to me. I am not here to talk about teasing, but I am here to say this. Anybody can be sarcastic, talk behind someone's back. Anyone can go on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, WhatsApp, whatever you use, and write a lie about someone. But what we need are people to be heroes to each other and watch out for each other. Let me say it like this. There's a story of a little boy who didn't have a hero. And everybody was mean to that boy. He looked normal, only one thing. He couldn't talk. He's 6 years old. He's sitting at his desk in school one day, and a teacher walks in. In front of the entire class, she picks up the boy, she carries him down a hall, and she puts him in a room with other students who have special needs. So the 9-year-old boy, he's running. He doesn't see the older boy's leg in the hall. He hits the leg, he trips, he falls, his face hits the ground, and blood goes everywhere. And all 25 boys, they don't help him up. They don't grab him a towel, grab a teacher. No one is a hero to him. But instead, they start pointing and they start laughing at the boy who's on the ground, bleeding. Well, the bell rang, and everybody went to school except for the boy. He stood up, he's crying, his shirt's soaked in blood. He has to go to the hospital to get stitches in his face. The next year, the school decided to put that boy back in a typical classroom. Only one problem. The teacher he got secretly, she didn't like him. One day, at the end of school, the bell rang to go home. She dismissed all the students except for him. She walks over to his desk. She points at the boy and she says these words. She said, "You will never be able to read, write, or talk. You'll never graduate from high school or college or university. You're a throwaway." And that hurt him. I want to pause for a second. You guys are doing an amazing job listening. I really appreciate it. But I know when we have this many people together like this, there's someone here right now who have heard words a lot worse than that boy's heard. I was speaking in Scotland. I was at a school doing my program just like this. And as I'm talking, a 12-year-old boy stood up. He walked up onto the stage. He said that morning at breakfast, his parents sat him down and they said, "We're getting a divorce." And they pointed at him and said, "It's your fault." And that 12-year-old boy, in front of his entire school and all his classmates, he falls in my arms. He's crying. And he yells out loud. He goes, "John, I don't know what I did." Sometimes the people who are supposed to love us and take care of us are the ones who hurt us the most. If that is you today, I believe I've come to Bhutan. I believe I've come to your school today to say this to you. And this is from my heart. Please hear me. I'm sorry. You don't deserve that. Don't ever believe a lie when someone tells you you're not special. Because you are. You're not an accident. You're not a mistake. But you have a purpose on this planet. And whatever happens with your parents, it's never your fault. Don't believe that lie. You got to remember how special you are. Well, that boy, he went to a new school, 12 years old. His mom drops him off. He gets out of the car and he grabs his bag. His mom grabs his hand. She goes, "Sweetie, they'll be nice to you. It's a new school." The mom cries and goes, I promise. All morning, he doesn't talk to anyone. He's so afraid they're going to hear the way he mumbles. He goes out to lunch. He sits down, and this older girl stood up. She's 14. She doesn't know him, but she yells out loud. She goes, "Hey, what are you doing? We don't want you to eat lunch with us. You're retarded. Go by yourself." And the whole school started laughing. But the boy, he didn't laugh. He didn't cry. He picked up his lunch like he was used to it. He walked through the crowd that's laughing at him. He sits underneath the tree, and when he's all by himself, then he cried. You know, there's a lot of times we try to be funny. We make fun of people. Usually, it's to make someone else laugh. Just because someone doesn't cry in front of you doesn't mean the things you have said the actions you have done, or maybe the things you have written hasn't hurt that person. I don't care if it's at school, where you live, coming to school, after school, playing sports. Listen to me. Words hurt. Well, he became a young man. In high school, he wanted to go to university, but his grades were terrible. He applied to all these universities, but one finally said yes on academic probation. He barely got to go to that school. He went to this man he admired. He told the man his dreams. And this man he respected points at him and says, "You won't be able to do that. I can't understand you right now. You barely made it through high school. How are you supposed to make it through a university? Don't even try." And that hurt the young man because he trusted that guy. In life, always be careful who you share your dreams with. So he goes to this university. He goes to these big classes. He comes back to his room. He sits on his bed and he just cries because he feels so dumb on the inside. He wants to believe all the lies that people have told him. But hear me today. One last time, he reached down and he found the strength not to give up. His second year at that university, he went to the top of his class. He hit the dean's list. He went into his third and his fourth year. He walked across the stage and he graduated. The little boy that couldn't talk, who became a young man, he went all of his life. Today, that man is me. And that's my story. Man. I had surgery in my throat. I've gone through therapy to help me talk the way I talk today. I still stutter. I still have problems with reading and writing. But I can't give up. And I know today, someone might walk out of here and make fun of me. Maybe because my accent or the things I did. But hear me today. I am willing to relive my life in front of everyone at the risk of being made fun of one more time for the person that's sitting here right now. And all day today, you've been smiling on the outside. But if we got honest, you're dying on the inside. Maybe someone has broken your heart. Maybe things at home have been a mess. Maybe someone you've trusted has gone against you. Maybe you feel like you just don't fit in. Or maybe even yet, you've thought about giving up on the gift of life. Now hear me today. Don't ever forget this. That is a permanent decision to a temporary problem. Your tough times are going to get better. My tough times, they got better. Do I make mistakes? Yeah, I do. But you know, I'm not a mistake. Do I fail? Absolutely. No matter what people have told me in my life, no matter what's been said behind my back, I know this for a fact. I am not a failure. And today, I want you to know how special you are. My daughter, I talked about, her name is Jaden. She's heard me share my story so many times. One time she was 4 years old and I was speaking at a big conference. She sat right on the front row, right in the middle. And I'm talking about when the teacher is mean to me. And my little girl stood on top of her chair and she yelled out into the entire crowd, "He's talking about himself." I love her. So when she was 5, I took her back to the school I grew up at. I wanted her to see what happened in my life, not just hear me talk about it. My daughter's name, like I said, is Jaden. I said, "Jaden, this is the classroom where the teacher told me all those mean things." We walked to the other side of the school, and I said, "Now this is where the boys tripped me, and I was bleeding." And I showed her the scar on my chin again. And I took her to the tree outside the school. I said, this is where Daddy ate lunch by himself every day." I was really sad. Didn't want her to see me cry. So we're walking back to the car, and I'm looking the other way. You know, as you walk, your hand goes back. And my hand goes back, and I feel something. It's my little girl. With all her strength in her little body, she had grabbed my hand and stopped me from walking. And she looked at me. She goes, "Daddy?" I said, "Yeah, Jaden." She goes, "I'm sorry that happened to you." I go, "Oh, it's okay." And I picked her up. She gave me a hug. And she said, "Daddy?" I said, "Yeah, baby girl." She whispered in my ear, "I would have eaten lunch with you." And that touched my heart. Jaden didn't just say that to her dad, but she said it to that 9-year-old boy who sat underneath that tree every day at school by himself. Sometimes all we need is someone just to be nice to us. So I'm going to ask a favor. For the rest of this year, we do this. No one, I repeat, no one here is allowed to eat lunch by themselves. No one eats alone. But we watch out for each other, we're there for each other, and we're heroes to each other. You guys are pretty amazing. The last thing I'd like to say today, before I break this, or to all the teachers that are in this room. My first day of high school, I couldn't find my class. I was 14 years old. I'm walking down the hall, didn't know where to go, and I'm lost. And this man steps out in the hall. He goes, "Son, you look lost. Can I help you out?" That man's name was Mr. Edwards. He didn't just help me find my class. He's the man who taught me how to read. He worked on my speech. He helped me with my homework every day after school, or he organized it every day for me. My third year in that school, Mr. Edwards left. He became a principal at another school far away. He never saw me graduate. He never saw me go to university. Several years ago, I was speaking at a conference. I was the keynote speaker. I'm on the stage, I tell my life story, and they give me a standing ovation. And I'm watching these thousands and thousands of business people clap. And they bring the lights up so I could see. And when they do, I look to the back of the auditorium, and there's Mr. Edwards. He saw my picture on a poster, and he drove 10 hours that day just to hear me speak. I jumped off the stage. I gave him a hug. I said, "Mr. Edwards, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here today." He said, "John," well, he said this to me, something my own dad really hasn't said to me. He said, "John, I'm so proud of you." I started to walk back up on the stage, and I stopped one last time. I said, "Mr. Edwards, are you still helping students?" He smiled. He goes, "Every day." A couple years ago, Mr. Edwards passed away. But I know if he was standing here on the stage with me right now, he would say this to all the teachers and all the administrators and educators who are in this room. And that is, thank you for what you do. I've had the privilege to share my story face to face to over 8.5 million students around the world. And it's all because one teacher took time to believe in me when no one else did. Teachers, thank you for coming to work when you're tired. Thank you for coming to work when you're frustrated or even when you don't feel appreciated. Because I want you to know there's someone like me that's waiting for you. Students, give a big hand for your teachers. Come on. Oh, you guys are amazing. I'm going to leave my name here at the school. It's Jon Pritikin. I am on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If there's anything I could do for you, please let me know. I do reply back to everybody. If there's anything I could do, like I said, I would love to help out. At the end of every school assembly, my daughter comes up on stage and gives me a countdown from 10. She's not here today, but the young lady right there, yeah, right there. Hey, sweetie, come next to me. Hey, what's your name? Okay, awesome. And I want to make sure, is that a real baseball? Does it feel real? Okay, great. Hey, come next to me. Come closer to me. There's a reason why I picked you today. When I was growing up, I didn't have a lot of friends, and I have a feeling if I was in this school, you'd be my friend, because I could tell you have a big heart. And I feel in my heart today that you need to know how special you are. And the school needs to know how special you are. And you're pretty amazing, okay? You guys, can we watch out for each other? Can we be careful how we talk to each other, how we treat each other, what we say to each other? And can we eat lunch with one another? Let's be heroes. Thank you guys for being nice to me and being a hero to me. I love you. I believe you. Give me a countdown from 10, okay? So here we go. 10, 9, 8. Yeah! Yeah! Come on! I pinch you because I mean it, because you are so special, okay? Please know that, okay? Promise me? Okay, beautiful. Thank you so much. Give her a big hand. Thank you, sweetie. What about you? I tell the students all the time that I take my daughter out on a date every week. And there's a reason why I do that. It's not just so we can just spend time together. There's a connection that happens. A lot of times we get busy with working as parents. We have responsibilities, we have bills we have to pay, taxes we have to pay, all the stuff that happens in life. And we forget to communicate with our student. Just because they're getting good grades, just because they seem like they're doing all right, doesn't mean they're doing all right. And so you got to daily communicate with your student or with your child. You got to have that open line of communication. And so that's why I do it with my daughter. I take her on that date. We play a game, or we just spend time the way that we can talk back and forth. So as parents, if we can communicate with that child, yeah, we can be there. We can find out what's going on and step in when they're going through a tough time. For teachers, my heart goes out to them because they're daily in and out of teaching. It's hard. It's a hard job. You know, people say, oh, you have this time off, you get this, but it's a hard job. It's a lot of hard work. And so I think teachers are pretty good and pretty perspective that they can pick up on what a student's going through. But when a child comes to school late or they haven't turned in homework on Saturday, doesn't mean they're a bad student. You can never win a child's mind if you don't win their heart. You got to win their heart first, because you don't know what will happen at home that day. You don't know what they're going through. So for teachers, I think they got to be perspective that way. I think there's two things. The word bullying gets thrown around a lot. There's times that a situation might be just a teasing situation and not a bullying situation. So I think just because someone is getting made fun of on a certain doesn't mean they're being bullied. I think we got to be careful on that. But yeah, I think for someone who is constantly going through that day in and day out, it wears them down. You know, it really wears them down. It wears them down emotionally, psychologically. They just don't see there's any outcome out of that. And so that breaks my heart. And that's the one thing I try to tell students is that it gets better. It really does. No matter if you're being bullied every day, no matter if people are not eating lunch with you or you feel like you have no friends, it does get better. I promise you it does. You know, when they watch me perform the feats of strength, roll up a frying pan, break a bat, bend a steel bar, I hope they don't remember that. I really don't. I want them to remember my story. I want them to remember how special they are. And they didn't know that life gets better, but they didn't know deep down inside, no matter what happens in their life, they have all the ability, all the strength to overcome any problem they have. And remember, let's watch out for each other. We gotta be heroes to each other. We gotta be careful how we talk and how we treat each other. But when we're alone and we're laying in bed, we feel like there's no hope, we gotta remember it gets better and that they're special. No, thank you so much.